Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the very first video in my backyard. Today we're going to be talking about putting. We're going to be talking about the difference between nose up putting, which is where the outside edge of the disc facing the basket is pointing nose up. That means this outside angle pointing towards the sky. And then my preferred way of putting, nose down, where this outside angle of the disc is pointing towards the ground, towards the basket. Here's what both of those look like. We'll do nose up first. Nose up. And nose down. Now for each of these putting styles, there's typically two ways to putt that incorporate with these two styles. For your nose up, it's more of a spin, meaning it's coming from the chest out like this. And then for the nose down, it's more of a push putt, meaning you're coming kind of from the hip or from the belt up and like that. Now the grip is pretty much the same for me for both. I use a grip like this, have the pinky tuck, these two fingers kind of fanned, and this one just kind of hanging over the edge. And the way that I think about it is for that nose up spin putt, I'm focusing on keeping my palm towards the ground, kind of just going like this when I release it and pushing that thumb into the disc. But for me, that push putt, getting the nose down, I'm trying to reach down and then come up, and it's more of palm up towards the sky, like you're serving a pizza, having these fingers up. If you look and you hold the disc with just your fingers on the bottom side like this, and then just keep your thumb there to keep it in place. If you're finishing palm up, this is how the disc is going to leave your hand. If you're finishing palm down, the disc is going to leave your hand more like this, which is what causes that nose to pop up. So there's a couple different things that can affect each of these putts, and there's benefits and drawbacks to both, right? So for the nose up putt, for wind, it gets a little tricky because I used to putt nose up, and in a headwind, it would lift my putt up and I would hit the band. And then for a tailwind, it would drop it, and I typically either miss low, hit cage, or people would say, "Oh, nice layup," and I'd be like, "Oh, thanks, man," and I really wasn't trying to lay it up. So to combat that, of course, if you know that the wind is going to drop your putt, then you're going to want to put it above the basket. If you got a tailwind, put it above the basket, let it drop in. It's kind of a close range. Let it drop in, let the tailwind push that disc down into the basket. On the other hand, if you have a spin putt and there's a headwind coming towards you and you know it's going to lift it, maybe put it at the top of the cage and let it pick up into the basket like that. Let it kind of ride with that nose up, aim at the cage, and let it kind of push itself up into the basket like that. Now I've been putting nose down for quite a while now. One of the things I always struggle with was when I would putt nose up and it's a spin putt, I would always miss right and I'd end up like 30, 40 long, whereas the nose down putt is going towards the basket, already fading down towards the ground. It really has minimal time in the air once it gets on this downward trajectory. So that was good for keeping it close to the basket if I ever missed. So like that, I missed that one. It's right next to the camera. The camera's not even 10 feet away from the basket. When it comes to wind and nose down putting, you take the information that I just gave you about nose up putting and you reverse it. So for a nose up putt, if the headwind would raise my disc up, then I know that if the outside edge of the disc is facing towards the basket on my nose down putt, that headwind is now going to push that disc down. Just like that. And now if there's a tailwind, then I know that I have to aim a little bit lower because that nose is going to be facing towards the cage and the wind is going to come underneath that flight plate and just push it into the basket. I know that this was a short video. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks for coming to my backyard. And if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments. We're gonna be doing another video soon. We're gonna be doing a couple giveaways on the channel, so please subscribe, like, share. I'll see you in the next one.